In the words of my wise roommate once said, an old roommate of mine, if you're cold, wear a blanket. And so that is what I do today. I come to you under a blanket. And this one's pretty easy. It's pretty quick. I was looking at the highest paid players in baseball based on base salary, and obviously, they're at number 10 or tied at 10. There's a bunch of guys tied at the 9 or 10 spot, just on the outside looking in. We can talk about Albert Pujols another day. Chris Sale's been hurt. We've talked about Miguel Cabrera. And Manny Machado is obviously a really great player. Bit of a, some people like him, some people don't. I happen to like him. His days in Baltimore, he legitimized them or helped legitimize them. I know it was a sort of things got really hairy there, didn't they, with the Orioles? It's like weird stuff in the front office where people weren't agreeing with each other, and they had this franchise player, and it was probably best for both parties if they had just moved on from each other. So, with that in mind, looking at the rest of the top 10, there is one guy that stands out. Zach Greinke, but he lived up to the billing when Diamondbacks signed him, and I don't know what exactly they got for him, but if they got anything for him, they relieved themselves of that contract, and then him and Verlander can obviously spend their twilight years, dominating with Astros. But the name that really sticks out to me, the seventh highest paid player in baseball still today, is David Price. And as far as I'm concerned, David Price did even make the rotation last year. looks like yeah, he didn't even play last year. I'm confused how this guy is the seventh highest paid player in baseball and he didn't play. He pitched and started 22 games in 2019 with the Red Sox. I can't remember if this was pre or post Fortnite. Excuse me, but yeah, this is a guy that in 2014 at age 28, he led the majors in innings, strikeouts, starts. He was a good pitcher. Great pitcher, in fact. And David Price is one of those guys. When my dad was getting the Baseball America books and all that stuff sent to our house, he was one of the guys that stood out to me. And I remember him coming from Vanderbilt and it was like they were either in the playoffs or trying to make the playoffs, but it was like college hockey, where those college hockey kids they get done playing the NCAA tournament or whatever, and they go help a NHL team in the playoffs. That's what he did for the Tampa Bay Rays. Let's see here. Yeah, he made in 2008, which was the year they made the World Series. He pitched in 5 games, made 1 start in the regular season, and then helped them in the postseason. So David Price was like a star from day one, and eventually turned into a perennial all-star for the Rays. But the Rays, once they built that winner and did all that winning, then they realized, oh, shoot, we got to do it again because we can't pay any of these guys. And lucky for them, they got out from under guys like Carl Crawford, who ended up being a total bust once he signed for big money. But what happened to David Price? Let me know in the comments section below. I with him being more concerned about playing Fortnite, and I'm sure he was hurt in 2016. So when the Red Sox signed him to a 7-year deal in 2016, that's how he's still the 7th highest paid player in baseball. He did have a very good was that a word? He had a very good 2016 where he went 17-9, kept that ERA just below 4 at 3.99, but he made a major league leading 35 starts, pitched 230 innings. And maybe that's what it was. He'd led the league in innings more than once. He had led the league in starts 3 times. Maybe it was just a guy breaking down. He's been pitching in the majors since he was 22 years old. But then why do you sign him? Why, when he's entering his age 30 season, do you sign him to a 7-year deal? You think that he's going to pitch up to this standard when he's 37? Now, Justin Verlander has proven the Tigers and now the Houston Astros right that can be accomplished. But Justin Verlander's a freak. I mean, this guy, I'm pretty sure he pitched his way out of Detroit. My friends and I went to a game where we watched Justin Verlander. I mean, this guy, maybe I'm wrong. This guy did not have it. He did not have his fastball. Like, he just straight up didn't have it. And then when he gets traded to Houston, he's back to throwing 99 miles an hour in the 9th inning. So I feel like he played his way out of Detroit, and I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know how it is that they were able to move on from Justin Verlander and like Miguel Cabrera stayed. I guess Miguel Cabrera, I don't know. I don't know what it is, the value of pitchers or whatnot, that the Tigers were able to get rid of Verlander in that contract, and then that ends up being the guy worth keeping. And then they're saddled with Miguel Cabrera's contract, and he's really fallen off from a production standpoint. So, yeah. Let's see. Didn't play in 2020. David Price, since he signed the contract, David Price has, oh baby, he's since signing the contract, he's 46-24, which isn't bad, a 65% win percentage. But I think he's on some good Boston teams there. A 3.84 ERA. I mean, he has something there. 609 strikeouts over 4 seasons. So, I don't know. He was hurt a lot. I think this guy does strike out a lot of people. Yeah. 9 Ks over every night per 9. 8 hits per 9 innings, though. Whoa. So he's just doing a lot of pitching. He's giving up a lot of hits and he's striking out a lot of guys. That's a lot of pitches. And if, this is a conversation that I will take to my grave about pitch count between me and my friend Jacob, where there's something to be told about if you can get a guy, get him early, even if you're not scoring runs. If you're just driving up that pitch count, that's a way to make something happen. Gosh, who was that guy? He threw like 140 something pitches for I'm spacing on all of it. Oh my gosh. The guy threw, I mean, I can't even waste any more time on it. I don't know his name, but this guy, he played for the Cubs, played for the Rays, played for every team basically. And he threw like 140 pitches, walked 7 guys, got a no-hitter, and like Edwin Jackson was never the same after throwing that no-hitter because he threw so many pitches. The days of Nolan Ryan, I think, are behind us. I don't think we can expect guys to do that sort of thing. So, let's see one last time here. Yeah, to be making 32, it's not like he's making 22. He's making $32 million, and he's not even playing for the Dodgers. I don't understand. I really don't. Did the Dodgers pay him $32 million to just not play last year, or did he opt out due to injury and COVID and all that? And like, obviously I could do the research and all that, but like, looking at the top 10 paid players in baseball, one really sticks out. This guy plays Fortnite, doesn't even pitch anymore, and he's on one of the best teams in baseball. How do the Dodgers afford to do this? How do the Dodgers afford to just pay a guy $30 million to do nothing? Wow. And it's not over, folks. He's and that's the thing about MLB. They don't play around in the MLB. These are guaranteed contracts these guys are getting forever. I mean, if you sign on the dotted line, you are owed that money. Like Mike Trout is owed that $450 whatever million, that he will see every cent of that. Even if it bankrupts the Angels, he'll see every cent of it. And maybe if it bankrupts the Angels, maybe he won't see every cent. But David Price is due $32 million this year, and he's due $32 million next year. Huh. Well, would you look at that? Looks like he's gotten an adjusted salary. He's taken half. So what are they gonna Bobby Bonilla him and pay him later on? Oh, Boston retains a reported 50% of the remaining salary. So Boston signs this guy to a ridiculous contract. He pitches well, arguably pitches well for them for 1 year, and to get out from under. So that's how the Dodgers can afford to stash David Price. They're only paying him 16 of the 32 million. So if they get anything out of this guy, that's probably a plus. They're so stacked, it just doesn't even matter. And as many artilleries you can have in your bag, because once you go into your artillery of bags, if you're the Los Angeles Dodgers and you can pull out a David Price come late October or whatever, that never hurts. So, all right. That's all for today. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. I'm sorry to disrupt the Sabbath like that so disrespectfully. Don't ever be taking a lady's crown on a Sunday. Listen to Omar and listen to Slim Charles on that one, okay? You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow on Monday. Bye.